Does life feel more expensive, even though you didn't change? Same job, same habits, same routine. But somehow, everything just feels worse. You're not imagining it. You're working, you're earning, you're doing what you're supposed to do. But your money doesn't stretch as far as it used to. So what exactly changed? Think about groceries 5 years ago. That same cart, same items, costs about 30 to 40% more today. Eating out used to be normal. Now it feels like a special occasion. Rent? Higher. Utilities? Higher. Insurance? Way higher. Everything went up. And it all went up at once. 5 years ago, this all felt normal. Now it feels impossible. This has a name. It's called inflation. Prices go up over time. That's normal. The problem is when prices go up, but your paycheck doesn't keep up. In 2022, US inflation hit 9.1%, the highest in 40 years. It's slowed down since then, but it never actually stopped. As of March 2026, inflation is still running at 3.3%. That means every year, your dollar quietly buys a little bit less. But here's the thing, inflation isn't the whole story. Something else changed. Something quieter. Something most people don't talk about. Your costs didn't just increase. They became impossible to avoid. Housing, insurance, healthcare, education. These aren't optional. You can't just cut them out. To afford a modest 2-bedroom apartment, you now need to earn at least $33 an hour. The federal minimum wage is still $7.25. Nearly half of all renters in America are now spending too much on housing. That's 22 million households. Not a small number. Not an edge case. That's why this time feels different. You're not spending more because you want to. You're spending more just to stay in the exact same place. No vacation. No upgrades. Just rent, groceries, and bills. And somehow you still feel behind. That feeling is real. And you deserve to understand why. Here's the truth nobody says out loud. The system changed. For a long time, wages and costs grew roughly together. Then something broke. Since 2019, the income needed to buy a home has doubled. Wages went up. But the cost of living went up faster. And the gap between them, that gap, is what you feel every single day. Food prices climbed 3.1% last year. Coffee and tea? Up nearly 12%. Electricity bills rose 6.7% in 1 year. Hospital costs jumped 6.7%, the biggest increase since 2010. So what happens if this keeps going? Fewer people can save money. Fewer people can afford to buy homes. The US already has a shortage of more than 4 million homes. That gap isn't closing. Fewer people start families. Fewer people take chances. When just surviving takes your whole paycheck, there's no room left to build anything. This is what economists call a cost of living squeeze. And it doesn't care what your job title is. Most people doing everything right are still falling behind. That is not a personal failure. That is a structural problem. And understanding that, truly understanding it, is the first step. So let me say this as clearly as I can. You are not getting poorer. Your money is. The number in your bank account might look the same as last year. But what that number can actually buy is less. Less than last year. Less than the year before that. Quietly. Invisibly. Every single year. The question is, how much worse will it get? More tariffs. More supply shocks. More pressure on everyday prices. Or is this already the new normal? I don't have a perfect answer. Nobody does right now. But I do know this. When more people understand the problem, things can start to change. Tell me in the comments, does this feel like your life right now? The economy affects more than just your wallet. It shapes every decision you make. Subscribe, so you don't miss what's coming.